What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. This is what kids think black culture is. So ironic. I wound up talking to my son about this last week. Then I wound up doing a podcast with the culture clinician and Charleston White this weekend, and it was brought up about culture and being influenced by the television and music. And when I was talking to my son, I asked him what was black culture. And basically, he was talking about sagging and gagging culture. And he had no idea where sagging came from or the origins of gang culture and how it's evolved. And me, personally, because of my age and the places I've lived, I've been around that element, more than people who haven't been. So especially Midwest gangs, you know what I'm saying? Midwest gangs and West Coast gangs are completely different. Same premise though, gangs are gangs, right? But I can tell you the history of them, which really all gangs history, especially black gangs, all gangs history are similar. They started as community outreach type of things and turned into criminal organizations. That's basically the gist of it. But for the kids, y'all wonder why the kids are acting like that and dressing like that, because they're listening to music and watching images, but they don't really, and they think that's what black culture is. And especially the boys, it's like black male culture is an imitation of criminal gang culture. And it's like, nah, that's not, that's gang culture. That's just black gang culture. You know what I'm saying? So, white gang culture, Hispanic gang culture, Asian gang culture, they have their own different flavor in their gang activity and culture, their own different looks and lingo and this, that, and the third. It's still a rebellious type of thing. But for our kids to believe it, and we're enabling it, this is part of the reason why I'm not a big fan of the guys being so concerned about hair, because hair and gang culture are synonymous, and guys don't really understand what I'm saying when I say a lot of y'all don't get. A lot of gang culture is emotional and feminine, and part of y'all hair is thinks, yeah, I gotta look like this. So you're trying to look hard, but at the same time have a lot of hair. Warriors don't use a lot of hair because you get your hair yanked and your throat cut. That's just old warrior mentality. I'm not gonna get. That's why the military has short haircuts, because you don't walk around with super long hair, because if it's a life or death situation, you might get yourself killed because you just want to have hair. It just doesn't make sense to be in those two different dynamics. It makes you a target. I can see your hair before I can see you. If I see your hair, I can aim for your head. You see that part y'all don't get. People go, well, that's because you bald headed. No, that's because I know what I'm talking about. But the smoking and the drinking and the being drug addicts, it evolved. It went from being drug dealers to being drug addicts. And I don't know how you're a drug addict, dealing gangster that's seeking for attention but trying to stay under the radar so you don't get arrested. It's become a real mess, right? And to think and wanting so much attention. The bigger you go, the bigger you up on a food chain, the lower you want to be seen. This is not BMF where we throwing parties everywhere and being drug dealers. That's just asking to get caught. I mean, you just begging to get caught. But some people need the attention, and that's a problem. I know that was being hidden under the music industry when they got caught, but it's still too flashy, just in my opinion. And I ain't never dealt drugs, so don't even go there with me. But that's the idea of wanting to be seen. So this attention seeking thing, kids think that's black culture. Like, I have to buy something real expensive and look real expensive and be seen, and then be around people who do criminal activity for a living, and hopefully be around people who were broke and are starving, and be around them looking rich and like, you're not going to take nothing from me because you know who I am. It's like, what? No, no, no. This idea that the black culture is playing with fire but not getting burned is a problem. You know, it's a huge problem. You know, and then it spreads out to other people. Like yesterday, took my son to pick my son up from school. He had to go to an ATM. Dropped him off at a like a convenience store. I know that they do cash back because they've always done it. But now, all of a sudden, I go in there, he's taking all day. So the guys at the counter are like a Middle Eastern or whatever. And I'm like, and I get out in the car, I'm like, yo, what's taking so long? Like, why don't you, he's like, the ATM not working or whatever. I'm like, huh? And then I was like, just buy something and get cash back. And then they looking at each other, and then they looking at me. And my son says, you know, oh, they don't do cash back. And I'm looking at them like, y'all don't do cash back. And, oh, no, we don't do cash back. I was like, dude, I've been living here like almost close to 15 years. Y'all do cash back. But I knew what it was. My son's a teenager, and he's black. So all of a sudden, now even a regular transaction becomes, this could be a criminal opportunity. He might be scamming. It's like, no, motherfucker. And I just said, listen, man, don't worry about it. Let's go. Just don't never come back here. And the guy was, buy for that, buy. That's what it was. You know, because I don't have time for that. Because if I yank you from behind the counter, then it becomes, oh my God. By the way, I might talk about that in another occasion, how other people have a hard time dealing with the fact that when they see a kid's father, a black boy's father walk in a place as a teenager, because it's assumed that the mom's there. So the stuff that they'll do when they think it's a single mother, they freeze up when they see dad coming to be like, oh shit. And I already know I'm gonna beat the brakes off somebody because of this. Anyway, but for the kids, taking on these negative stereotypes, y'all thinking that's culture, it's only gonna put y'all in a bad position. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna make your life horrible. But and some of y'all don't believe it, but it is what it is. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.